Silence is scary when you've been working in obedience. Silence from God, silence from anything that you have put the work into when you're not hearing back from anyone. It is scary and it can be very shaky as well. The last couple of days, that's what I have been dealing with, is the silence. And no lie, I started to think, God, like, are you mad at me? Are you still here? Was I not working in obedience? Did I do something wrong? All of those things started to make my mind wander. And, I went into a fast, and then also, was still doing my reflections with God. And I was just even forcing myself to go harder because I felt like I did something wrong. But 3:00 this morning, God gave me this word, and he spoke to me and said, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm still here, and I'm working behind the scenes. He gave me an example of a play. When we go to plays, especially if it's a really long play, what happens in the middle of them? They go into intermissions. The first half of the play, we learn the different characters. We learn kind of what everything's about. We see all the action taking place. And then intermission is a time for reset. It's a time to kind of process what happened, right? It's a time to refill your snacks, go take a bathroom break, but it's a time of rest before the second part of the play happens. And so God wanted to remind me that silence is not always a bad thing. Silence doesn't mean that you've done something wrong. Silence doesn't mean that God isn't there. What also happens during those intermissions, the characters are in the background preparing for that next step, preparing for that second half of the play. They're putting things together. They're working. They're putting together the scene for the next play episode. I don't know what you call it, but they're putting together the scenes. They're putting together the props for when you come back from that intermission. And so God says, just because I'm silent doesn't mean that I'm not still working. God is still working behind the scenes. This silence is an intermission. This silence is a chance for you to have a break, to process everything that's transpired in your obedience so that he can continue to move you through the process of what's going to happen next. So his silence is not abandonment. His silence is not because he's not there. It's not because you did anything wrong. Don't allow the enemy to play into your mind to have you overthinking that something is wrong and you did something and God has abandoned you. And that's not how he works. But God will give us our restful periods when we need them, especially when we've been working so hard in obedience. So take this time to refresh, regroup, get clarity, and then to just also reset. God is still working behind the scenes and he hasn't abandoned you. You are going on to the next level.